out-of-body experience.
Welcome to the Brothers of Wrestling podcast.
Welcome back to the Brothers of Wrestling podcast with your host Logan and
Hayden.
And today we bring you another episode of Just Book It. But it is no normal episode of Just Book It. It is the biggest party of the summer.
Oh, yeah.
It's SummerSlam time. We did the 4 weeks of television leading up to this in our last episode, and now it's time to pay it all off. It's SummerSlam time. I'm excited, Hayden.
Oh, me too. SummerSlam, second biggest show of the year. We got a culmination of everything that's been going on in our Just Book It series. We had the draft, so we kind of got some new rosters coming into this SummerSlam, so some fresh matchups, and I'm pretty excited for this card.
Me too.
Tonight. So,
And let's kick it off with some pre-show.
Well, I wanted to do just a quick rundown of our matches for tonight before we get started, just so everyone's aware. For the SmackDown brand, which is you, we have the unsanctioned match, Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa, Roman Reigns and Braun Breaker. We got Women's World Championship, Becky Lynch versus Stephanie McCure. We've got Women's Intercontinental Championship, Io Sky versus Roxanne Perez. We have WWE United States Championship, Jeff Cobb versus Gunther. We have WWE Tag Team Championship, the Mysterios taking on the Street Profits. And on the SmackDown side for their main event, it is the World Championship. The champion Carmelo Hayes defends against the club's Cody Rhodes.
Sounds like pretty loaded.
That's a pretty good card you brought to the table. And for Raw side, we have obviously the champ John Cena taking on the Painmaker Chris Jericho. We have the Intercontinental Championship Logan Paul versus LA Knight. We got Buried Alive Demon Finn Balor versus Aleister Black. We have Randy Orton taking on AJ Styles. We have the WWE Women's Championship with the special referee Charlotte Flair. Naomi of Culture Shock taking on Jade Cargill. We had the finals of the SummerSlam Series tournament, where it's Bronson Reed of the Vision taking on Drew McIntyre. And the Raw main event is the WWE Championship. The Vision's leader, Seth Rollins, defends his title against the Beast, Brock Lesnar.
It's been a few years since Rollins was the Beast Slayer. I don't know if he has it in him anymore.
He's getting a little old for that. So it's going to be a crazy card. But yeah, like you said, we're going to start out with a few pre-show matches. Both my side, because that's what I always do. I'm big on the pre-show. So we start out with our tag team match. We have the Alpha Academy of Chad Gable and Maxine Dupree taking on the newly formed version of Culture Shock, which is Trick Williams teaming up with his girlfriend, Lash Legend, who is also...
I think they're married now, but back in this, they're just girlfriend.
This is my Just Book It. They haven't tied the knot in mine yet. She's also the women's U.S. champion. So we come out, and Trick and Lash got all the lavish extravagance to their entrance. And then you got Alpha Academy, which is just Maxine and Chad coming out with hoodies on, and they're ready to go. So it starts out Chad and goes up against Trick, and Chad really just starts out wrestling.
I want to see Chad versus Lash.
That might happen. She's bigger than him, so Chad just starts, doing the amateur wrestling thing on Trick, not giving him much of a chance, giving him some suplexes. Trick's trying to get his bearings going, but Trick and Lash both know that the weak link in this match is Maxine, so eventually he's able to tag in Lash. Maxine has to come in. She tries to overpower Lash, but Lash just throws her around the ring. Eventually it gets to a point where it breaks down. Trick tags himself back in. He goes after Chad, but Chad catches him with a belly-to-belly over the top right into the turnbuckles. So then he's setting him up for chaos theory, but Trick's holding on to the corner, to the turnbuckle. Doesn't want to get thrown in the chaos theory. The ref's distracted because Lash is beating up Maxine on the outside. She ends up hitting her with the lash extension on the outside. Chad comes back over. He tries to get in Lash's face. He's ticked off that she did that. He turns around, gets hit with the trick shot. 1, 2, 3.
Oh.
Trick Williams and Lash Legend pick up the win over the Alpha Academy. And then they move on. They're happy. They're making out on the way out of here. So they're getting out of here, and that sets us up for our second pre-show match, which Eric Bischoff announced earlier tonight that there will be a best-of-5 series between Shinsuke Nakamura and Pentagon Jr. So the first guy to win 3 matches in this best-of-5 series will win and might end up getting a title match out of it. So both those guys come out, and they're both fan favorites. Everybody's doing the Sarah Miedo. Everybody's dancing the Shinsuke song. He's gyrating down to the ring. It starts out, and they kind of do the stare down. They respect each other. These are 2 of the biggest names in Japanese and Mexican wrestling. So they kind of give a good stare down. And Pentagon goes for the Sarah Miedo in Nakamura's face. Nakamura pushes him back. Pentagon ends up slapping him in the chest. Then Shinsuke does a chop to Penta's chest. Then Penta decides to take his glove off.
Oh.
And he goes for another slap to the chest of Shinsuke. So then Shinsuke comes back with a spinning heel kick to Penta's face. And then things get rough. Shinsuke starts hitting him with straight strong style shots. Penta ends up getting out of it, hitting some high-flying luchador moves, a senton off the top on the standing Nakamura. He ends up hitting a code breaker on him. Nakamura ends up catching him and hitting him with the exploder suplex in the turnbuckles. He goes in there and hits that stupid boot move I still don't know the name of. I can never remember it.
I don't know either. I don't know if he has a name for it.
In the corner. He ends up hitting him with a big knee in the corner, trying to set him up. He comes back around, kicks him in the back of the head, setting him up for the Kinshasa. He goes for it. Penta dodges it, hits him with a super kick to the face, catches him, goes for the package pile driver. Nakamura reverses with a kick to the head. He rolls through, catches him in the triangle choke. So now he's got him trapped in the triangle choke. Penta's trying to get out. Penta ends up rolling him up for the pin. 1, 2. Shinsuke kicks out of it, but he rolls through right back into the package pile driver. Hits it this time. Goes for the pin. 1, 2, but Shinsuke gets his foot on the rope. And so Penta's freaking out. So he gets up on the second rope. He's setting up for a springboard, a Mexican destroyer.
Oh.
So he's standing there waiting to jump onto Nakamura. He goes for the jump. Nakamura catches him, though, flips him over with a back suplex. Penta lands. Nakamura falls in the corner. He does his classic edge thing where he goes, come on, come on. Mm-hmm. And then goes and hits the Kinshasa right to Penta's face. 1, 2, 3.
Ooh.
Shinsuke Nakamura pulls off the win over Pentagon Jr. and has 1 win in the best of 5 series. So then now the pre-show, we're kicking it back to the pre-show panel, and you can take it away from there.
All right. Well, the pre-show panel, you got Big E, you've got Rosenberg, you got Jackie Redmond, Sam Roberts, everybody's there celebrating SummerSlam, and they're talking about the matches coming up. They're talking Roman Breaker, they're talking Cody Mello, they're talking Cena Jericho and Rollins Lesnar. They're talking everything. And then as they're talking, maybe Sam is asking Big E a question or something. In the background, the camera kind of catches it. We see Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa fighting in the background on the concourse area.
Let's go.
And we see some security guys there, and we see William Regal there, and the camera, Big E and Rosenberg and all them are saying, hey, go catch this, go see what's going on. So the camera guy runs to the scene, and it's just Johnny Gargano and Ciampa just fighting it out, throwing punches at each other. And we get William Regal starting to scream on the microphone, and he says he's had enough. He's done. He says that if you two cannot keep your hands off of each other until the match actually starts, then we're just gonna do it now. So the
Oh.
match begins, and we're starting. This is how we start
Oh.
SummerSlam.
Oh, unsanctioned.
ESPN is getting a show on the first hour.
Oh.
So we start the match and we just go. And now Ciampa and Gargano, they don't skip a beat. They didn't stop because Regal was talking. They just kept fighting. They never stopped. And they take the fighting into the fans. They're fighting people. They're fighting all across. They finally make it into the actual arena, into the fan area, like into the stands with all the steps and everything, with all the seats.
Yep.
And they're fighting on there. Ciampa grabs Gargano's head and he's repeatedly slamming it on the metal railing as you go up the steps.
Oh, wow.
Gargano, he's able to fight back and he picks Ciampa up and he drops him back first onto the steps. And then Gargano drags Ciampa through up the stairs through the concession stands. They're fighting the whole way. Ciampa gets thrown into the popcorn maker.
Oh,
And Gargano grabs a little bit of popcorn and eats it.
A la Maven.
Yep. And
Those
Gargano's playing to the crowd. That's there getting their food. I mean, this is the beginning of the show. Nobody's really gotten to their seat yet. Everybody's out there.
Mm-hmm.
And so Gargano pulls him out of the popcorn, and now they're fighting all the way through the concourse. Now they're back into they're down the stairs back into the ringside area, or the ring area, not the ringside area, but the ring area. And Gargano starts bouncing Ciampa's head off of the concrete floor like a basketball.
Oh, nice.
And Gargano, he picks him up. He sends Ciampa, throws him towards the ring, towards ringside area.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes to grab Ciampa, but Ciampa reverses him, and he hits him with a low blow, a callback to when he turned on him last night, or 2 nights ago. And now Johnny, he's hurt. Now Ciampa's got the advantage. So Ciampa, he starts to smile. He starts to realize he's got the advantage. Now he goes down and he pulls that protective padding off of where it was laid out, and it reveals that cold concrete beneath. But then Ciampa, he tells the crowd that they were going to wait for that. So he throws Gargano back into the ring, and he sets him up, sits him down in the corner of the ring in the turnbuckle. So he's sitting down.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then Ciampa goes underneath the ring, and he pulls out a big sheet of glass.
Ooh.
And he brings that, and he puts that, and he sets it right in front of Gargano's face. So now Gargano's in the corner sitting down with a sheet of glass right on his face. And then Ciampa goes to that other corner and sprints at Gargano and just boot scrapes him, shattering that glass into Gargano's face.
God.
And then Ciampa, the crowd goes, ah! Holy bleep, holy bleep. And then Ciampa grabs and pulls Gargano out of the ring, positions him correctly, and then puts him up for the fairy tale ending right on that exposed concrete. Ciampa picks up Gargano, rolls him into the ring, covers him. 1, 2, 3.
Oh my God, he killed him.
Tommaso Ciampa wins. Real glass, baby.
Oh my God. Punk's not gonna be happy about that when he comes back.
Well, I set that up for a possible, maybe a Punk gets in Ciampa's face later in the year or something.
Oh, there you go. Okay, that was intense.
Yeah, that's quite the unsanctioned match.
Okay. So the next match on the card is we have the OTC Roman Reigns and the big dog, Braun Breaker. And we head to the back where we see Braun Breaker walking with the club. The club's following. Cody's rubbing his shoulders.
UFC style walkout.
Yep. They're walking down. They're getting him ready for this big time match. They want him to take out Roman Reigns for good.
Braun's got a leather jacket with the club logo on the back.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he's ready to go. Cody's getting them all hyped up. And as they turn the corner, there's the Vision from Raw. Seth Rollins, Bronson Reed, Logan Paul, Paul Heyman all standing there.
Awkward.
And Braun kind of looks at him, and he kind of looks back at Cody. And Cody kind of has this little smirk on his face. Okay, what's going on here? And Seth Rollins steps up to Braun. He pats him on the chest. He says, "Good luck, dog. Take out the OTC."
Mm.
And so Braun kind of goes, yeah, I will. Let's go. He starts barking and he
He's
starts
hitting
heading
his
out to
head.
the
He's
ring.
smacking his head.
Yeah, he's smacking his head. He starts heading out to the ring. And then Rollins turns his attention to Cody Rhodes. And Cody and Rollins kind of stare down for a second. And then Rollins kind of chuckles a little bit. And he says, good luck tonight, Cody. Maybe you can actually earn one of these title belts.
Oof.
And Cody just, kind of blows it off and says, I heard there's a beast after you tonight, Seth.
Uh-oh.
Isn't that right, Paul?
Oh.
And he kind of looks out at Paul.
No, he'd say Mr. Heyman.
Oh, Mr. Heyman. That's
he's
right.
still
He always says
professional.
Mr. Heyman.
Yeah.
That's right. He
Even
always
though
says
he's a
Mr.
heel.
Heyman. Isn't that right, Mr. Heyman? And he kind of looks at Heyman, and Heyman kind of gives him a weird look, and then he looks back at Cody, or he looks back at Seth, and Seth just smiles and says, "Yeah, the beast is a real challenge, but I hear there's a ruler looking for your throne, Cody." And Cody kind of gets annoyed with this, and he says, "We'll see which group is left standing to lead the WWE after this."
Whoa.
And Seth says, "Yeah, we will see." And then they kind of separate. The club gets out because they're going to go out and watch Braun, and it ends with Seth standing there just kind of smiling as Cody and the club walk away.
Man.
So, and now we head back out for the Roman and Braun match.
All right. Well, Braun is already in the ring, and then we get the OTC music. We get Roman Reigns walking down to the ring. He's ready to go. He's got the
takes about
Lulafala
10
on.
minutes.
Yeah, he's got the Lulafala on. He's got you know what? He pulled out the white glove. He didn't pull out the gold glove. He pulled out the white glove and the white boots for this one. And so he comes into the ring, and Breaker, he knows how big of a moment this is for him. To take on Roman Reigns on a SummerSlam card, this is a big moment for Braun, and he's not going to hold back. He goes full speed the whole match. And Roman does a great job of surviving the onslaught from Braun Breaker. Roman uses his experience to just barely survive long enough for Breaker to finally show signs of being gassed. And Braun goes for one last spear. But instead of connecting with it, he slips into the guillotine. You know, like the movie where they go for the spear and he catches him?
He catches him in the guillotine.
Catches him into the guillotine, and they fall to the mat. And it looks like Breaker has nothing left. The ref looks at him. He sees Braun. Is he going to pass out? He's raising the hand, trying to raise it. Braun can't answer. He calls it. Roman Reigns barely survives Braun Breaker by just using his experience to know when Breaker was going to get gassed. That veteran instinct from Roman Reigns.
That's pretty good. Okay. So the OTC survives. The dog. Okay. So now our next match on the card is the WWE Intercontinental Championship match between Logan Paul and LA Knight.
Ooh, here we go. Rematch WrestleMania.
So, yep, rematch WrestleMania when they were on different brands. Now they're on the same brand. LA Knight comes out first. Then we got Logan Paul coming out. He's all by himself, no Vision tonight.
Ooh.
Because the rest of the group is busy with other matters. So he comes out by himself. He's got the Intercontinental title. He gets right in LA Knight's face. He starts mouthing off to him. The ref gets in between them. They're yelling at each other. And so the ref separates them, and we're not even waiting for introductions. He rings the bell real quick. Logan Paul makes his way over to LA Knight, but LA Knight just lays him out with a giant boot to the face. He starts working him over. He throws him in the corner. He starts beating him down. He goes up. Goes for the 10 punches in the corner. He comes back out, hits him with a belly-to-belly suplex. Logan Paul can't get any momentum. He finally breaks the eyes of LA Knight, hits him with a super kick. He finally starts taking advantage. He starts beating him down on the ground, trying to take out LA Knight, hurt him. He's tired of LA Knight getting into the business. He eventually goes up to the top rope for a crossbody, but LA Knight ducks it. So Logan Paul lands on his gut. He's hurt. LA Knight comes back with a huge clothesline. Then he goes up for that pop-up elbow drop. Hits the elbow drop. Now he's setting him up. He's trying to wait for him to get up for the BFT. But then he turns around, and Trick Williams is jumped up on the apron.
Trick.
And LA Knight goes over to swing at him, but Trick gets out of the way. And LA Knight's like, get out of here. What are you doing? Get out of here. And he turns back around. Logan Paul just smokes him with the brass knucks. Knocks LA Knight out cold. He goes down for the pin. Trick Williams is celebrating. 1, 2. LA Knight gets his foot on the rope.
Wow.
Logan Paul can't believe it. Trick can't believe it. Trick gets back up on the apron. He's like, what happened? And Logan Paul's like, I don't know. I hit him with the brass knucks. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. LA Knight starts getting up, and Logan Paul rushes back in. He tries to hit him again, but this time LA Knight catches his fist, hits him back with a shot right to the face. Then he throws Logan Paul at the ropes. Trick Williams tries to get back up there, but when Logan Paul tries to come back and hit LA Knight, he ducks and hits Trick Williams in the face and knocks Trick out with the brass knucks on the outside. Then he turns around right into the BFT. Knocks Logan Paul out. 1, 2, 3. LA Knight
All right.
picks up the win over Logan Paul and takes the Vision's title, the Intercontinental title, away from the Vision. So we have that.
Not a good start for the Vision.
No, bad start. This is not going to be a great night for the Vision, it doesn't seem. So Logan Paul's out. LA Knight celebrates as he goes up the ramp. And now we go into the backstage where we got Eric Bischoff walking into William Regal's office.
Uh-oh.
And then you can take that interaction away.
Well, Bischoff comes in and Regal's still trying to gather himself after the unsanctioned match and what happened. He's checking. They're checking on Gargano to see if he's okay. And Bischoff comes up to him and he says, you kind of got a little bit carried away with your roster there. That you're losing control. You need some more stability on your roster, like I've got. And Regal looks at him and Regal says, stability on your roster? And we both have no control of our rosters. And Bischoff just laughs at him and he says, I know what I'm doing. And then he walks away and Regal's left still trying to check on Gargano.
Okay. So we got that interaction, and then we move on to the Women's World Championship match.
Ooh.
Becky Lynch defending against Stephanie McCurr.
All right, Women's World Heavyweight Championship. Becky Lynch, she's coming out with the Beck's walk. She's got the strut, the confidence as ever. And Stephanie, she's ready to go. She does not want to be underestimated, but Becky kind of underestimates her. She doesn't take her as seriously as maybe she should, even though Stephanie, we know how great she is. And Stephanie quickly humbles Becky by catching her right in the face, right in the nose with a vicious knee that actually breaks the nose of Becky and busts her open.
Oh, wow.
So Becky starts the match busted open. And then from then on, Becky, she goes to work. She's not going to underestimate Stephanie anymore. So she's going after. She's hitting big moves. She's going after everything. She's throwing everything she can at Stephanie. And Stephanie's finally able to sneak in a devil's kiss. And she hits it on Becky, but she can't get the pinfall. They go back and forth, and eventually, Becky, after wearing down Stephanie, hits 2 straight manhandle slams and gets the 3 count and retains her world championship.
Oh, man. Becky betrayed me.
But she's left with a little bit of a gift from Stephanie with that nose.
Okay, so Becky pulls out the victory. Okay, so now we head back to the back. And we've got Eric Bischoff coming into Chris Jericho's locker room.
No, not these two.
And Jericho's finishing up, getting ready for the match that's coming up next. And Bischoff goes, it's time we finally finish this once and for all, Chris. And Chris says, I couldn't agree with you more, Bischoff. And they shake hands, and Bischoff says, good luck out there tonight. Take him out. And Chris says, I'll do more than take him out, don't worry. So then we get John Cena coming out, as it's going to be John Cena versus Chris Jericho. We got John Cena coming out to the ring. He's got all the pop and pageantry that he does with his entrance. He has a bunch of kids with him tonight. All the Make-A-Wish kids are coming out with John Cena.
Nice.
And then we got the Painmaker. Judas starts roaring through the crowd. Chris Jericho comes out. The lights are out. When they come back on, he's standing there at the top of the ramp, just staring out, looking around. Judas plays. He gets down to the ring, takes off the leather jacket, takes off the hat, throws the bat down, and it's just going to be Jericho and Cena one-on-one here tonight.
Maybe he hit one of those Make-A-Wish kids with the bat.
Okay, let's not get carried away. My goodness.
It was an actor Make-A-Wish kid.
Okay. Yeah.
It was a plant.
It was a plant. He was really a 40-year-old dude. But so Jericho and Cena stare down in the ring. They're getting ready for the match to start. And we get the introductions. We get the big introduction for Cena. We get a big introduction for Jericho. These are two of the legends of WWE. And then we get the bell ring. And then they come face to face again. And then they go for the test of strength right off the bat. And it looks like Cena's going to win the test of strength for easy, but Jericho kicks him in the knee. Jericho starts punching him in the face. And it just turns into an all-out brawl. Eventually, Cena gets the advantage, clotheslines Jericho, throws Jericho into the turnbuckle hard, and then comes back with his running bulldog he does. He sets him up for the five-knuckle shuffle, but Jericho reverses, kicks him in the head. Then Jericho ends up hitting him with a suplex and then a spine buster. Jericho ends up going for the... this time he throws him into the turnbuckle and hits him with the running bulldog. And then he sets up for the lion salt. Hits the lion salt on Cena. Goes for the pin. 1, 2. Cena kicks out. Then we get Cena starting to come back. He hits the protoplex. Back into the five-knuckle shuffle. Hits the five-knuckle shuffle on Jericho. He goes for the FU. Jericho gets up. He grabs the ropes. He's hanging on for dear life. So Cena throws him over the top rope, out to the outside. Jericho's down on the outside. Cena gets out there. He's going to throw him into the steel steps. But Jericho reverses it, throws Cena into the steel step. But Cena does his classic explosion when he hits. I love when he does that. Hits the steps and just explodes.
Yes.
So now Cena's down. So Jericho decides he's going to put him through the announce table. So he starts taking the stuff off the announce table. He picks John Cena up. He's getting ready to throw Cena on the table. Cena picks him up out of nowhere and hits the FU through the announce table. And Jericho's down. And Cena's laying there. He's hurt. And so Cena starts getting up. But all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Bischoff starts making his way down to the ring.
Oh, no.
And he starts yelling at Cena and distracting Cena. And he's distracting the ref. The ref goes to the outside to try to stop Bischoff from coming over there to get in Cena's face. Cena's yelling at him. Jericho's starting to stir a little bit, so Cena turns around, and Jericho low blows Cena right out on the floor. So now Cena's down and Jericho's down. Bischoff's out there. He's trying to get Chris to get back up. He's trying to get him back to get Cena back in the ring. So eventually Jericho's able to throw Cena back in the ring. Excuse me. Jericho goes back in the ring. He's setting up in the corner. He knows that he needs to hit the Judas effect elbow. So he's setting it up for it. He goes for it. Cena ducks it. He gets him back up for the FU. Hits the FU on Jericho. Bischoff gets up. The ref's trying to count, but Bischoff gets up on the apron, and he's yelling at the ref. And then Cena comes over, and he grabs Bischoff and throws him in the ring.
Oh, no.
So Bischoff's in the ring now. He's begging off Cena, but Cena picks him up for the FU. Hits the FU on Bischoff.
Ooh.
Bischoff rolls to the outside. Cena turns around. Code breaker to the face. Cena's down. Jericho goes for the pin. 1, 2. Oh, he kicked out.
Ooh.
Jericho can't believe it. He's freaking out. Eric's gone. He's got nothing left. So he sets up again for the Judas effect elbow. He's waiting for Cena to get up. Cena's starting to stir. Jericho ends up going for it. Cena catches him again this time, and he drop toe holds Jericho right into the STF. locks it in tight. Jericho scratching and clawing to try to get to the bottom rope. He can't reach. He tries. He almost gets it, and he taps out.
Oh.
Jericho taps out to John Cena. Cena did it. Bischoff's laid out on the outside. Jericho's laid out inside the ring. So we have John Cena surviving the Painmaker.
Man, I thought Jericho was going to win that.
And so Cena makes his way out of the ring. Bischoff starts to stir. He gets back in the ring. Jericho's starting to stand up. Bischoff goes over to Jericho, and he's like, what happened? What are you doing? And Jericho's, he's dejected. He can't believe he lost. And Bischoff starts, pushing him. And Jericho's like, hey, whatever. Just leave me alone. And Bischoff's like, Jericho starts walking away. And Bischoff, grabs his arm to pull him back.
Ooh.
And Jericho spins and hits a juice effect elbow on Bischoff.
Geez.
Right to the face. And Bischoff's out cold. And Jericho says, never touch me again. And he makes his way out of the ring. And Bischoff's laying there as the refs come trying to figure out how to get him out of the ring.
Yeah, we got to scrape him off the mat.
So as they work on Bischoff, getting him out of the ring, we turn our attention to the stage. Where next to the stage, they're building the old school Buried Alive stage, little section where they have the fake dirt with the grass and the grave with the tombstone. And that is our next match on the SummerSlam card. The Demon Finn Balor versus the House of Black leader, Aleister Black. And so first out comes Aleister Black, and he does his classic entrance where he comes up from the floor, sits up, and he makes his way down to the ring, gets in the ring, sits down, keeps his hood over his head as he watches the Demon make his way out to the ring. And the Demon starts crawling through the smoke. And he gets up and he starts gyrating, looking like the boogeyman out there. And he makes his way down to the ring, and he's doing the classic, whatever he does, the little, what do you call that?
And he just does the thing with the crowd at the music.
Yeah, when he plays to the music.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, and he's doing that. And so we get the face-off. We get Demon Finn versus Aleister Black. They're faced off in the ring. And the bell rings, and the lighting's still kind of red for this match.
Oh, no, not a red match.
Yeah, oh, yeah. It's not like Fiend red, but it's it's darker in the arena. And they go to blows, and they just start off with elbow shots straight to the face of each other. Back and forth. This rivalry's got to end. Back and forth elbow shots. Eventually, Aleister tries to throw Finn off the ropes, but Finn reverses it, but Aleister goes into his springboard elbow right into Finn's face. He ends up getting a bunch of huge kicks in on Finn, but Finn reverses into an enziguri. He hits a switchblade on Aleister eventually. Eventually, he throws Aleister out of the ring. He goes out. He's getting ready to go for the suicide dive. He goes off the rope. He goes through the middle rope for the suicide dive, but Aleister grabbed a chair, hits him square in the head with a chair shot through the ropes, knocks Finn down. He's down. He starts hitting him again with the chair, beating him down. He starts looking for another weapon on the ring, and he finds a kendo stick. And so Finn's starting to make his move, but he smokes him with a kendo stick in the back, smokes him again, and then he takes him and throws him into the steel steps. He puts him back up against the steel steps this time, and he goes back and he does his running double knee shot into the steel steps. So now Finn's really hurt. He's beating him down some more, and then he throws him in the ring. He gets a table, puts the table in the ring, puts it up against the corner, and this time he starts calling to the back. And out comes the House of Black, the tag team champions, Karrion Kross and Andrade. And they make their way to the ring. They get in the ring, and he tells Kross to put the Demon in the corner, and he tells Andrade to hit his running knee strike through the table. So Andrade sets that up, goes for the running knee strike right through the table and the Demon. The Demon is in the corner, through the table. He's hurt real bad. Then he tells Karrion Kross to go out and get a chain from under the ring. So Karrion Kross grabs a chain, comes back in the ring. The Demon's laid out. He pulls the Demon. They pull the Demon out of the table. Karrion Kross picks up the chain. He wraps it around the Demon and then locks it in a sleeper hold. The Demon's out cold. He's not even moving. So they throw him outside the ring. He tells Andrade and Kross to start carrying him to the area, the buried alive area, just like they've been doing when they've been abducting people.
Yeah.
So they pick him up like he's crucified. They carry him back to the back area. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, Shinsuke Nakamura and Pentagon start attacking the House of Black. And they start beating down. Pentagon starts taking out Andrade. Nakamura starts taking out Kross. Aleister Black can't believe what's happening. They start beating each other down right beside the stage. Eventually, Nakamura hits a Kinshasa on Karrion Kross on the outside. Penta and Andrade are fighting up on top of the stage. Eventually, he hits a super kick on Andrade off the stage, back down into the little down area. And then Penta goes for a running senton on all three of them and takes everybody out. And while this has been going on, Aleister Black's been kind of hiding. He makes his way up to where the Demon is, and he starts beating him down with elbow shots. He sets up the Demon, picks him up. He's going to hit him with the Fade to Black into the hole to knock him in there. He goes for the Fade to Black, but the Demon catches his foot. And Aleister Black's freaking out. He doesn't know what to do. He can't reach him. He's trying to throw punches at him. The Demon ends up throwing his leg down and hitting him with another huge enziguri that knocks him off of the pile of dirt back down to the stage area. Then Finn hits a coup de grace on a standing Aleister Black on the floor and knocks him back into the stage area. So then Finn goes over to the other side, back to where you go backstage, and he grabs a table. And he picks up the table and he's carrying it over to the dirt area. He throws it on top of the pile of dirt, gets it up there. He hits Aleister Black with a huge super kick to the face, knocks Aleister Black out, sets up the table. He puts the table, he doesn't put the legs out, but he lays the table over the hole of the thing.
So
he gets Aleister Black up there. What?
So it's horizontal to the vertical?
Yeah, so it's like long ways on the hole.
Yeah.
So it's like kind of covering the hole, but not really all the way covering the hole. You know what I'm saying? Like you can still see the hole, but the table's across it.
Okay.
So he puts Aleister Black up there. He hits him with a huge headbutt, and then hits him with another enziguri that knocks him out cold. Aleister Black ends up falling onto that table, laid out. The Demon looks at it, looks up at the stage, jumps over to the stage, climbs up there.
No, he wouldn't.
Gets up the stage, looks around at the crowd. The crowd's freaking out.
He wouldn't do it.
He gets a running start, jumps off the stage, coup de grace, through the table, into the hole. Aleister Black goes through.
That's brutal.
Finn lands on the top of the dirt pile. He's laid out. He's laying there. He's finally able to get back up. He goes and puts his fist up and then throws it down so the operator drops the dirt pile on Aleister Black. Drops the dirt pile. Aleister Black's in the hole with the table all around him broken. And the dirt pile buries Aleister Black.
Man.
And the Demon, Finn Balor, survived.
That's a pretty crazy ending.
A crazy match that was. And now Aleister Black is dead. So, okay. So we go from that insanity to the back, where Eric Bischoff's in the training room.
I don't know how he's even alive.
And he's sitting there and he's barely functioning. He's holding his face. They're talking to him about how his face hurt. He's like, "Oh, my jaw's broken," and the doctor goes, "Your jaw's not broken. It's just bruised." And he goes, "Well, what about my back? I think my back's broken." And he's like, "No, you just got hurt. You're not nothing's broken. Why are you freaking out?" And just then, and so Bischoff's in agony, and then all of a sudden, our truth walks in, and our truth's like, "Oh, hey, Bischoff, what's going on? How's your night going?" And Bischoff just looks at him like, "Get the heck out of here, Truth." And Truth goes, well, I just wanted to tell you that I couldn't believe that I saw earlier tonight that Triple H and Shawn Michaels had an unsanctioned match again at SummerSlam." And Bishop's like, "What are you talking about?" And Truth's like, "Yeah, I just saw him out there. Triple H and Shawn Michaels, and Triple H hit him with the glass. It was crazy." And Bishop goes like, "Truth, if you don't leave right now, I'm going to fire you." And Truth goes, "Oh, okay, my bad, Bischoff." And he slaps him on the back real hard and then walks out.
Nice.
And Bischoff goes, "Oh, why? Get out of here." And so now we move on to our Women's Intercontinental Championship match, Io Sky versus Roxanne Perez.
All right.
Truth, you idiot.
The Women's Intercontinental Championship, a little bit more serious than Truth. We got Io Sky with Asuka, Kairi, and Julia versus Roxanne Perez with Raquel Rodriguez. And Io, she's been kind of thrown into this group with Asuka, Kairi, and Julia. She doesn't want to be a part of it, but she's got to be because Asuka's forcing her to be. So she's kind of like standoffish with them, but she still wants to. She doesn't want to like upset Asuka too much because you never know, Asuka's gonna go crazy on her or something.
Mm-hmm.
And so she still wants to win she wants to keep the championship. So she goes after Roxanne. She takes it to her to start the match. And she's hitting her with forearm. She's hitting her with elbow. She's hitting her with anything she can to make sure that Roxanne stays down. And throughout the entire match, Io keeps like glancing back towards the side to see Asuka, who is just keeping her intensity as intense as ever. She's not smiling. She's just staring at the match, watching Io. And so it doesn't. It's you'd think it would be able to distract Io, but it doesn't. She's able to keep off being distracted enough to not enough to lose control. She stays in control the whole time. And Roxanne is able to take and go after Io and hit a pop rocks, but Io catches her on her back and like pushes her off and reverses it. But she loses her footing as she reverses it, and she kind of falls into the referee.
Oof.
And so the referee goes down a little bit. Io goes down a little bit. Roxanne gets pushed into the ropes where Asuka tells Kairi to get onto the ropes or get onto the apron and take out Roxanne. So Kairi gets up on the apron and she grabs Roxanne's head and rakes her eyes. And so Roxanne falls back and she's screaming. She got her eyes raked. Io gets up. She didn't realize what happened. She didn't see Kairi do it. She didn't see Asuka tell her. So she gets back up. The referee's getting back up. And Io capitalizes. She didn't realize. So she capitalizes. She hits Roxanne with an enziguri, taking down Roxanne, setting her in position. She climbs up to the ropes and hits the over the moonsault. 1, 2, 3. Io Sky retains. And as Io Sky gets the belt back and Kairi, Julia, and Asuka get back in the ring, Asuka's just kind of like staring at her. She's clapping. She's kind of like slow clapping a little bit and smiling. And then all four women raise their arms and Io just kind of like looks uneasy with Asuka around.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Io's a little dirty there.
She didn't realize it.
Mm-hmm. And now we move on to a backstage segment with Cody Rhodes in his locker room.
Oof. Cody Rhodes getting ready for his World Heavyweight Championship match against Carmelo Hayes. He's putting the tape on his fists. He's doing everything. He's punching his jaw. And in walks the ruler. Oba Femi walks into him. Cody gets up. He stands at attention. And Oba tells him, he says, "I know you're planning on having the club get involved tonight." And Cody doesn't say anything. And Oba says, "Just know that if you do, I'm gonna take him out." And then Oba just walks away and Cody's just left standing there like, Is he really gonna do that? He's just kind of thinking that if he can believe what Oba's gonna say.
He peed himself a little, I'm sure. Okay. Well, Oba is scaring Cody Rhodes to death. So we move on to our next match of the night. It is the Viper, Randy Orton, taking on the phenomenal one, AJ
Living
Styles.
up to the name. He's a snake.
Yeah, betrayed his partner. So we start out with Orton making his way out to the ring. Everybody's singing a song. He's coming out. All of a sudden, from behind, AJ knocks him out on the ramp.
Whoa.
Lays him out. Comes from behind. He starts beating him down on the floor. Orton's trying to get away. AJ keeps attacking him. Orton's starting to run away. AJ's chasing him. He's beating him down. Throws him on the table. He starts punching him on the table. He clears the table off. Gets ready. He's trying to hit Orton. Orton hits him with a low blow to get out of there. Orton does his classic backdrop through the table on AJ. Lays AJ down. He starts getting all mad. He's like, oh, attack me like that. Why'd you do that? So he gets up. He grabs AJ. The match hasn't even started yet. He throws him into the steel steps. Head first. AJ's down. He starts beating up on AJ. Kicking him. Booting him in the back. He finally ends up throwing him in the ring to get the match started. He slides in the ring. And now he's just ticked off. He starts booting him in the head. Doing his walk around stomps on AJ. He ends up hitting the power slam on AJ. He's beating up AJ. He throws him into the ropes to hit the concussion DDT on AJ. And now he's setting him up for the RKO. And so he's sitting there and he wants to end AJ's career. And AJ's trying to get up, but he's hurt from the table. And he's still hurt from getting taken out before. And so he's kind of laying there, and Orton realizes he's in perfect position. And he starts getting a look in his eye.
No.
I'm going to do it.
He wouldn't.
I'm going to end his career. And so he starts standing up. And he backs up into the corner.
No.
And he starts seething and shaking, and he can't handle it. And he's freaking out.
You can hear the crowd start to realize what's happening. They start to get
louder. And the crowd's like, don't do it, don't do it. And Orton's just seething. He's grabbing his head. He's ready. He's gonna end AJ Styles' career. He runs in for the punt, but AJ gets up, cracks him with an enziguri to the side of the head.
Nice.
Knocks Randy Orton down. Randy Orton does that, one of my favorite sells he does, where he gets hit in the head and he just kind of stands there all loopy.
Oh, yeah.
And then eventually he falls down. Yeah. And then eventually he falls down. So then AJ gets up. He goes over. He goes up to hit the springboard phenomenal elbow. Hits the springboard elbow on Randy. He ends up trying to go for the Styles Clash. He picks up Orton, gets him in the Styles Clash position. Orton pushes him off towards the ropes. AJ comes back. He went for the RKO, but AJ reversed it. Hit him with the spinning forearm shot that knocked him down. Then hit him with a Pele out of nowhere that knocked Orton down. So he decides to go back up for the 450. So AJ gets up on the top. Actually, he does he's going to do the springboard 450.
Oh, okay.
So he's going over. He gets out on the ropes. He hits the springboard, goes for the 450. But when he spins back around, Orton catches him in the RKO. AJ's out. Randy Orton crawls over, scurries, that's the word I was looking for, scurries over, lays down on top of AJ, grabs his one leg, pulls it up, 1, 2, 3. Randy Orton survived. AJ attacking him early, and he escapes the match. And so then he decides that he's going to end it for real. And he starts standing up, and he's ticked off the AJ that did that to him. And so he starts pounding the ground again. He's going to hit him with another RKO. And this time AJ starts getting up. He's hanging on the ropes. He's hanging to the ropes. He finally gets off, turns back into Orton. Orton goes for the RKO, but AJ sees it coming, falls down, hits a low blow on Orton, right in the family jewels. Turns Orton around, picks him up, Styles clash on Orton, leaves Orton laying.
Nice.
AJ Styles leaves on top, even though he lost the match.
All right.
As we move on to our next match of the night, the WWE United States Championship, Jeff Cobb versus Gunther.
Okay, this is a match right here. This is a classic meat match. We got meaty men slapping meat. And both men, they just go in there, no frills, no entrances, nothing. This is real graps, brother. We go in and we got the stiffest shots you've ever seen. Cobb's hitting Gunther with stiff clotheslines, and Gunther's not backing down. Gunther's hitting Cobb with the stiffest, brutal chops you've ever seen, and Cobb's not backing down either. They keep going. It's as stiff as you can get it, and then Cobb eventually knocks Gunther down, climbs to the top rope, and hits a moonsault off the top rope. 1, 2, but Gunther kicks out at 2. Gunther gets up, he grabs Cobb and hits a powerbomb, vicious powerbomb, just planked him on his neck. 1, 2, but Cobb kicks out at 2. And then Gunther gets frustrated. He swaps into a sleeper hold, and he's got Cobb down. But Cobb doesn't have much neck, so it's hard to get him.
Does Cobb even have a neck to do a sleeper hold?
It's hard to lock in a sleeper on Jeff Cobb. So the crowd, he's in there, but it's not fully locked in, and the crowd starts to rally. They're starting to get Cobb to get up, and Cobb's starting to feel it. He's starting to hulk up a little bit, and he breaks out of the sleeper hold. Gunther gets up. Cobb gets up. Gunther runs after him. Cobb switches into a tour of the islands, slams him onto the ground. 1, 2, 3. Jeff Cobb retains.
I did not see that coming. Burying Gunther. I didn't even realize.
Burying Gunther.
I don't think Gunther takes pinfalls.
He does the Jeff Cobb.
How'd you convince him of that?
He's good buddy with Jeff Cobb. What are you talking about?
Oh, okay. So after that big upset, I didn't see that coming.
I don't think that's an upset. I mean, you're disrespecting
Jeff Cobb?
You're disrespecting Cobb. Cobb's an animal.
Cobb's not even in the company in real life anymore. What are you talking about here?
That's their fault, not his fault.
Okay. Anyway, so we move on to the backstage area where we see Drew McIntyre walking to the ring.
Ooh.
He's getting ready to have his tournament finals match coming up next. And he bumps into Sheamus again.
Oh, no. Not the Banger Bros.
And Sheamus says, hey, man, I hope you have good luck out there tonight. It's a big test against Bronson Reed. He says, if anybody else from the Vision ends up coming out, I got your back tonight. And Drew says he appreciates that. And they shake and kind of do a bro hug. And then Drew heads out, and Sheamus is left standing there and doing the awkward camera where it just stays on Sheamus forever as he's staring at Drew leaving. I love those camera shots. So now we get the big SummerSlam Series tournament final.
Oh, here we go.
The winner of this match is the WWE #1 contender. We've got Drew McIntyre coming out with the sword, throwing it into the ground. He's pumped up for this match. He wants to make a big impression. And we've got the Vision's Bronson Reed coming out.
All right, we've been building to this.
This whole tournament's been building to this match right here. So we get in the ring, we do the introductions, and these guys stare down. 2 giant men. Talk about meat in the last match. This is extra meaty. This is double meat.
This is Arby's.
Yes, we got the meat. And so you got Drew, and Drew just starts. Look, he stares down at Bronson. Bronson's staring at him, and Drew kind of goes straight to the Glasgow kiss to Bronson's face. Bronson gets knocked back. He gets knocked out. He was not prepared for that. And Drew starts beating on him. Drew's going to do whatever it takes to win this match. So he's beating on Bronson. Bronson ends up coming back. Drew's trying to run in on him. Bronson hits a huge Samoan drop. He ends up hitting a powerbomb on Drew off the top rope, where he almost pins him. He gets the 2 count on that. Drew ends up catching him in a future shock DDT eventually, but Bronson kicks out of that at 2. Eventually, we see Logan Paul make his way down to the ring from the Vision. He's not the Intercontinental Champ anymore. But he has his brass knucks, and he's getting ready to throw him into the ring for Bronson Reed. But all of a sudden, out to the crowd is Sheamus. And he gets over the barricade, and he hits a bro kick on Logan Paul before Logan Paul can throw the brass knucks in the ring.
He lived up to his
And
promise.
Drew saw that, and Sheamus is like, he picks up Logan Paul. He throws him back over the barricade to get him out of here. Drew is watching the whole thing. He turns around. Bronson Reed hits him with a huge clothesline that lays him down. He picks Drew up again. This time hits him with the World's Strongest Slam. And now he's going up for the tsunami. He gets to the top, looks down, jumps for the tsunami. Drew McIntyre gets out of the way right before it hits. Bronson lands on his arm and his shoulder, and he ends up hurting himself. So he's kind of trying to get up real slow. He's holding his shoulder and his arm.
Even in Just Book It, Bronson Reed gets hurt.
Oh, yeah. He's always hurt, man. That's just the thing. He gets up slow, turns around, he's holding his shoulder. Claymore to the face from Drew, knocking Bronson out cold. Drew goes for the pin. 1, 2, 3.
Oh.
Drew McIntyre is a new WWE #1 contender.
All right. He said he wanted to fight for the world title.
Yep, he takes out Bronson Reed. So now he's going to have big eyes on the main event later tonight. So, okay, so we go from the finale of that tournament. We go to the WWE Women's Championship match. We have the special referee, Charlotte Flair, and it's going to be the champion, Naomi of Culture Shock, taking on Jade Cargill. And Jade has been doing whatever she can to get out there and get her title back after Naomi joined Culture Shock, betrayed her, and ended up stealing her title away from her. So they both come out. Charlotte's out there in the referee outfit. And the match starts, and Jade just stares down Charlotte, and she points at her and says, "Do not get involved in my business." And Charlotte's staring her down, and they kind of look at each other, and Naomi's like, I'm in this match, right? And so she hits this huge super kick on Jade out of nowhere. Knocks Jade down. She starts beating down on Jade. She ends up going up top for a crossbody, but Jade catches her, throws her around the ring, hits her with a few suplexes, hits her with a huge boot. Eventually, she ends up going for a huge, a tackle on Naomi, but Naomi pulls Charlotte into the way, and Jade lays out Charlotte. And so Charlotte's down. Naomi comes back with the rear view. Then she sets her up for another super kick. Naomi climbs up to the top to go for the splash, the Uso splash. But she goes up. Jade gets up before she can get up there. Jade starts beating on her while she's up top. She grabs her while Jade's standing in the ring. She gets her in the suplex position. And she picks her up and gives her a huge suplex while she was just standing in the ring from the top rope. So then Nia and Tamina try to get involved while Charlotte's down. And they start attacking Jade and beating down Jade. And then Charlotte gets up and sees this. And she goes over, big boot to Nia Jax. And then Tamina tries to attack her. And she dodges it and hits a spear on Tamina and knocks her out of the ring. And Charlotte looks like she's cleared the way for Jade to come back. So Jade ends up going for Jaded on Naomi. But out of nowhere, Charlotte hits her with a big boot to the face.
No.
And she just, as Jade's laying there on the ground, Charlotte just stares down at her. Naomi crawls to the corner, climbs up, hits the huge Uso splash off the top rope on Jade. Charlotte goes down. 1, 2, 3.
Ugh.
And Naomi survives, barely.
She can't keep getting away with this.
WWE Women's Championship. Yes, she can.
And then Charlotte just stares at Jade and goes, "Woo!"
Yep. And then she leaves, and Jade crawls and does the classic Roman pose where she's like
You
crawling
love
in the
that Roman
ropes.
pose.
I do love the Roman pose. So good. And she's staring at Charlotte as she makes her way up the ramp. And Naomi's already leaving with culture shock. And Charlotte's just doing where her hands are out, like she always does. And Jade just staring her down. And when is this going to end? That's
It's
the
been
real
going the whole
question.
year.
So Naomi survives, which now gives us to one of our two co-main events. It is the World Championship match between Carmelo Hayes and the club's Cody Rhodes.
All right. Well, we've built up so far tonight. We've seen Cody a lot. Now we get to see him in the match against Carmelo. He's been wanting this. He left SmackDown a few months ago to reinvent himself, and he came back the night after WrestleMania on SmackDown, or the SmackDown after WrestleMania, and brought the club and said that this was his plan to be the World
Yep.
Heavyweight Champion. And it all culminates tonight when he faces Carmelo Hayes.
He wasn't even at WrestleMania, I don't
He
think.
wasn't. He missed WrestleMania.
Yeah, that's huge.
But now he's back and he's ready to go win the World Heavyweight Championship. And Carmelo Hayes, I mean, he's been the world champion since WrestleMania, and he thinks that him and Cody are like on the same side. I mean, they obviously have the common enemy in Oba, and so Carmelo is thinking to himself like, just have ourselves a good match and I'll win, and then we can go and take down Oba together. And so we get the match. And it's a great match throughout. I mean, both of these men are top tier athletes going after each other. They're throwing their best shots. They're giving their all in this world championship match. And we go until the club make their way. Cody calls for the club to come down and they surround the ring. And Mello, he sees this and he starts to look at Cody and he's like, I thought, what are you calling the club for? I thought this was supposed to be just one-on-one, me and you. And Cody reassures him. He's like, it's okay. It's okay. It's just in case Oba comes out. And he's telling him this, and then we get the match to continue, and then the club's just standing there, and then all of a sudden the crowd starts to ramp up. They start to roar because somebody saw Oba Femi come down to the ringside area, and Oba clears the club. He takes out Gallows and Anderson. He takes out the Tongans, Tongaloa and Tala Tonga. He takes out everybody. Single-handedly takes down the club. He lived up to his word. He said he was going to take out the club if they came down, and he did that. And Cody sees it. Mello sees it. Mello gets distracted by that. And
Don't forget Braun comes out from behind to attack.
Oh, right. Braun comes out too after he's woken up after getting unconscious from Roman. And Oba takes out Braun as well. Oba they start fighting. They take out each other. They go out like into the fan area behind the barricade and stuff. And so they're done. And then Mello's watching all this and he's just confused at what's going on. And then Cody up from behind, kind of like the camera angle. You remember when Cena was a heel and Randy Orton comes up from behind and hits the RKO on him? Yeah. That's kind of like the angle. So the camera's focused on Mello. Mello's the only one in frame, and then Cody comes into frame and smiles, shoots the finger gun, shoots the bang, and then grabs him into the crossroads, spikes him on his head. 1, 2, 3. Cody Rhodes has finally ascended and won the World Heavyweight Championship.
Oh my God.
Your worst nightmare.
It is. It's one of them. He had Punk the champ earlier, so. Oh man, Cody. Okay. So Cody wins the world championship. Betrayed Carmelo, so that's something. We'll see where that goes. So now we go to the backstage area where the Mysterios and Rhea Ripley are talking.
All right. Well, Ray and Dom's asking Rhea if she's good, how she's feeling after getting attacked by Liv on SmackDown, and how she's feeling about Liv being back. And Rhea's telling Dom that she's okay, but she doesn't feel confident enough or good enough to go out and be out there and support Dom and Ray. So she's gonna hang back and watch on the monitor. And Dom says, "You sure?" And Rhea's like, "Yeah, sure." And so Ray and Dom get ready to go out to the ring. They leave. And then the camera stays on Rhea like it did with Sheamus. But this time...
It lingers.
It lingers on Rhea, and then this time, from out of nowhere, Liv Morgan's there, and she starts beating down on Rhea again. And she's screaming, she's making weird, crazy noises like she does, and she's firing. One of the funniest things I've seen. Roxanne, when she starts beating somebody up, she just does like a windmill punch.
Yeah, I know.
That's what that's what Liv's doing. She's just throwing windmill punches on Rhea, just smacking her like crazy. The security finally comes in to break them up. One of the guys, Kenny Dykstra, grabs Liv
There you go.
and by the waist and like pulls her off of Rhea, and then Davari and Shane Helms are there to get Rhea and help her up, and
Don't forget Jason Jordan,
yeah, Jason Jordan's there too. Everybody's there. Petey Pump, he's there too.
Jamie Noble.
Yeah, Jamie's there. Everybody's
Jamie's
there.
the vet of that.
All of them are there.
Abyss.
Well, maybe not Abyss. He stays in Gorilla.
Bobby Roode.
Yeah, maybe Bobby's there. I don't know. It's just Liv, so they don't have to like work that hard to get. They don't have to.
There's like 10 guys pulling her off. Oh, goodness. Okay, so after all that craziness, let's go to the WWE Tag Team Championship match.
Well, Dom doesn't know this happened, so at least he can stay not distracted by that. And it's time for Ray and Dom defending the WWE Tag Team Championships, their first title defense against the Street Profits. And Street Profits said that they respect Ray and Dom, they respect the Mysterios, but they're not going to take it easy on them. They said that on SmackDown. So we got a fantastic match between these two teams. Ray and Angelo Dawkins started off, and Ray's using his speed advantage. Even in his advanced age, he's still using the speed advantage to take out Dawkins. He's kicking him and dodging. He's kicking him in the legs, trying to chop the tree down, dodging Angelo's punches. And the Mysterios are staying fresh. They're tagging in and out, making sure that no one gets too tired. And they're really working on Angelo and Ford, really wearing them down. And Ray is able to eventually get Ford with an enziguri, climbs up and hits the enziguri on Ford, and then kicks him into the middle rope to set up for the 619. And he gets it ready. He calls for the 619 call from the fans. He's ready to go. And as he runs towards him, he swings, but Dawkins grabs his legs and stops him.
Oh.
And Dawkins stops the 619. He pushes Ray off of it. And then Dom jumps from the top rope onto the outside and takes out Angelo Dawkins. So now Ray and Dawkins are down. And Ray gets back up. Ford is still in the ropes. And Ray gets up, sprints back, hits another 619. This time it connects, goes up to the top rope, hits the splash. 1, 2, 3. Ray and Dom retain.
Okay. Good for Ray and Dom. Okay.
And now
that brings an end to SmackDown for the night.
we've got one match left.
Yeah, it's the main event time. It's the big fight feel.
This could be the biggest fight feel.
It's Raw. It is the Visions, Seth Rollins, defending the WWE Championship against the Beast, Brock Lesnar. And we hadn't seen the Beast since he lost at WrestleMania to Cena, where he ended up shaking Cena's hand.
He's hungry.
And now he comes back. He wants that title. He's mad that he couldn't beat Cena for it. So now he wants the title. So the Beast is out first. Comes out to his great song. Bum, 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 bum. Then we get him in the ring. He's all pumped up. And then we get Burn It Down! And Seth makes his way into the ring. And he's talking to Heyman. And he's nervous. And he's trying to act confident. But he knows that he's in big trouble in this match. And Heyman's trying to talk to him and trying to give him advice. And they get close to the ring. And Brock kind of comes out and points at Heyman and says, "You better not get involved, Paul." And Heyman's like, "Oh my God, I'm talking."
Oh my God.
I'm gonna pee. And so they're getting it. Rollins eventually gets in the ring. And we do the intros. And it's a big fight feel. And so we're sitting there and the bell rings and Rollins immediately gets out of the ring. And he's hiding. He's talking to Heyman. He's trying to figure out what to do. The ref starts counting to 10. He gets back in the ring. They kind of are reaching for each other, kind of trying to gauge what's going to happen. And then Rollins rolls out of the ring again. And the fans are just booing the crap out of him. And they're so mad at him for trying to duck Brock Lesnar. And so he gets back in the ring, and they kind of do it again. They start, like, reaching out to each other's hands for the test of strength. But Rollins rolls out of the ring again. And he's laughing. He's laughing at the fans. Like, I'm smarter. He's pointing at his head. But Brock rolled out of the ring on the other side of the apron. And he comes around the ring post and just lays out Seth with a clothesline. And then he picks Seth up, German suplex out on the floor. And he's beating down Seth. And he starts picking off the table, the last announced table standing for tonight. And he takes that apart.
Well, we had the Spanish announce table, so.
I think we used 2 already, so.
Oh, then we had the Saudi Arabia announce table.
We got another table. Don't worry.
They rebuilt one.
And so he tears that apart. And he's going to put Rollins through. He picks up Rollins, but Heyman gets up on the steps and starts yelling at Brock. He said, Brock, don't do it. Brock, stop. And Brock just looks at him, and he's not listening to Paul. And he picks up Rollins for the F5. But Rollins escapes out the back, pushes Brock into the ring post, his classic spot he always does.
Yeah, but Brock just smashes his head into it.
Where he opens himself up the hard way. So Brock's down. He starts bleeding a little bit on the head. Seth Rollins starts going at him. He starts attacking him while he's on the floor, beating him down. He tries to bring Brock over to the table. He's hitting Brock. He sets Brock up, kind of like leaned over on the table. He gets up on the ring apron. He gets down. He goes to the one ring post. He runs over, hits a jumping stomp off the ring apron, onto Brock's head, through the table.
Jeez. Table
breaks. They're both down. They're both laid out. So they're both laying there. Seth's trying to get up. He's hurting. He's crawling his way back to the ring. He crawls back in the ring. He breaks up the count. He's trying to drag Brock back in the ring, but Brock's dead weight right now. He can't get him back in the ring. He says, Paul, what am I going to do? And Paul goes, I don't know. We got to get him in the ring. Come on. And so Seth keeps trying. He keeps trying. Eventually, he gets Brock. He rolls him in the ring. He rolls in the ring with Brock. He covers Brock. 1, 2. Brock throws him off. Like he does the classic push him off, and Rollins gets pushed up and lands on his feet. So then Brock's trying to get up, but Rollins hits him with a huge super kick to the face. Knocks him down. He goes up top. Hits the frog splash off the top on Brock. Goes for the pin again. 1, 2. Brock kicks out again. Seth can't believe it. He doesn't know what he's going to do. He looks to go for the pedigree. But then Brock picks him up. Hits the F5 on Seth. Seth's down, but he rolls out of the ring before Brock can cover him. Brock's ticked off, but he's still hurt anyway, so he can't really get up. Seth's laid out on the outside of the ring. Paul Heyman gets up on the apron and kind of starts yelling at the ref about what happened. Brock starts crawling over to go get Rollins, who's starting to stir. He's getting up on the apron. Brock grabs Rollins' hair. He's trying to pull him back in the ring. But Rollins has a steel chair and smacks Brock with the steel chairs. Heyman's distracting the referee. So Brock gets laid out again. Now Rollins crawls back into the ring. He sets him up again for the stomp. He's getting in the corner. He's going for the stomp again. Hits the stomp on Brock. Goes for the pin. 1, 2. Brock kicks out.
Oh, man.
Seth can't believe it. He's starting to pull his hair. He doesn't know what he's going to do. So he decides to go for the super stomp. So he gets up on the top rope. He's waiting for Brock to get up in position. He finally gets there. He jumps off, going for the stomp. Brock moves his head. Seth rolls through, runs back, gets caught in another F5. Gets hit with the F5, Knockdown. Brock's down. Seth's down. Seth's laid out on the one side of the ring. Brock's laid out on the other side of the ring. All of a sudden, music plays. Dun-dun, dun-dun-dun-dun.
No.
Finn Balor
No.
makes his way out. He's got a referee.
No.
He's running down the ring. He's the Money in the Bank title holder. He runs in. He slides in the ring. He's trying to get the briefcase to the referee. The ref's like, "Are you sure?" Finn's like, "Yeah, of course I'm sure. Why would I run out here if I'm not sure? It makes no sense. Why do you ask me 6 times? I never get why they do that."
Because they just want to
Finn's
make
like,
sure.
Just ring the freaking bell. And so he goes. The ref takes the briefcase, rings the bell. Whoever my ring announcer is, Alicia Taylor, she says, the ref, Finn Balor, is cashing in his Money in the Bank briefcase. This is now a triple threat match.
Wow.
And so Finn gets in the corner. He does his running drop kick in the corner on Seth, knocks Seth down. He gets back up. He goes to hit the running drop kick in the corner on Brock. Brock catches him.
Ooh.
Brock hits him with a belly-to-belly suplex into the corner. Now Brock's really ticked off. So Brock picks up Finn. He picks him up for the F5 out of nowhere because now it's no DQ. Seth Rollins hits him with a low blow from behind on Brock. Finn gets out of it. Seth Rollins hits a stomp on Brock. And then he turns around. Finn catches him with the oh God, what's it called? Switchblade. Hits the switchblade on Seth out of nowhere. Gets up to the top rope. Coup de grace off the top rope on Seth. Hits it. 1, 2, 3.
Oh!
Finn Balor steals the title.
Wow.
And is the new WWE champion.
I mean, that's got to be heist of the millennium right there.
Oh my God. Everyone's freaking out. Everyone's like grabbing each other, screaming in each other's faces.
Twitter's going crazy.
Finn's got the title. He's running back up the ramp. He's holding on to the title. He's lifting it up. Seth's doing the classic Roman pose in the ropes. He's ticked off. He can't believe Finn just came down and stole his title the exact same way he did it once.
Man.
So he's really angry.
Poor Brock just wants to win the title.
And Seth stands up, and he's so mad. He's holding on to his gut. He's hurt. He turns around. Brock Lesnar picks him up. F5 on Rollins in the ring. Brock gets back up. He turns to look at Finn. He goes over to the ropes, and he kind of does the ceremonial, tips his hat to him. That was a pretty smart move. And he makes his way out of the ring. And then we just see all that's left. Finn's got the title. He lifts it up on the stage. The fireworks start going off in the arena. And then all we see is Seth laying there, unable to move. Paul Heyman's in the ring. He's kind of like smacking his cheeks, trying to see if he was going to wake up. Seth's out cold. Division was basically destroyed tonight. And we end SummerSlam with a new WWE champion, Finn the Prince Balor.
Wow. That was cool. I like that. Mm-hmm. What a night for Finn.
Yep. Finally got rid of Aleister Black. Got rid of that black spot in his career so far. And then he steals the title from Seth Rollins. So.
Yeah, Finn Balor is WWE champion. That's cool. And now Cody's world champion. We got a little club going on right now.
Mm-hmm. So I would say between the club and the Vision, I think the club had a way better night than the Vision did. I'll just say that. So.
All right. Well, that has been an explosive SummerSlam card. And now next up, what do we got? We got 4 weeks of TV, and then what pay-per-views are coming up next? I know I got King of the Ring.
You got King of the Ring, and I got Extreme Rules.
Okay. Those are two pretty fun pay-per-views.
Are you doing King and Queen of the Ring?
Yes, I will be doing King and Queen of the Ring.
And I got Extreme Rules coming up. Every match is extreme.
Okay. Well, that'll be in the next couple of episodes of Just Book It. We hope you enjoyed our SummerSlam special. If you did, make sure to leave it a like, leave a comment, follow us on Facebook and Twitter, subscribe to us on YouTube, and we will see you in the next Just Book It.
Peace.